Hi, this is Amy with Sensorium Hypnosis. Thank you so much for taking the time to review this video. I want to talk today about how to release unwanted behavior without spending months or years in talk therapy. I have a targeted protocol that inspires healthy behavior without the need to traipse through years and years of personal history. And how seeking help in one area creates a domino effect of desirable life changes that continue long after you phase out of this program. I want to share with you the 3 secrets of my program: how to manage unpleasant emotions and triggers without resorting to problem behaviors, how to become the highest and best version of yourself without being completely self-sacrificial, and how to tap into your own intuitive wisdom to break old patterns and to solve some of life's biggest challenges. Would it be worth it to you to have control over your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors? Because this webinar is for those who are ready to take personal responsibility for their own healing journey, to take an active rather than a passive role in their own problem solving. This is not for those who are sporadically or neurotically searching for something or someone outside of themselves for the answer, for the solution. Nor is it for those who wish to perseverate on being stuck, live inside the problem, rather than valiantly seeking out, proactively integrating the solution. If I could show you that you are indeed the most extraordinary healer, problem solver, truth finder, rainmaker, manifesting master, would it be worth it to you? And so you ask, what makes this different? So different from any other program on the market. And so here it is, reason number 1. My job is that of a coach or a guide in helping you discover your path, your truth. You are the expert in your own healing journey. And who better to find the solutions that resonate best with your soul than you? And reason number 2. This is an individualized, strength-based program versus a prescriptive, deficit-based program. I can't think of a better way to reinforce your confidence, self-esteem, and motivation to live your life more productively. And reason number 3. Once you tap into the power of the intuitive mind, you will never again need to look outside yourself for answers or solutions. I want to share with you what some of my past clients have said, touting the effectiveness of this brief yet powerfully targeted program. One client said she was able to work through 50 years of self-judgment and needing the approval of others in as little as 5 visits. Another client, initially skeptical due to his lack of progress in talk therapy, benefited greatly from this program in managing stress, anxiety, and lifelong trauma. This program is streamlined, got right to the root of my issues, and allowed me to start healing immediately. Look, my clients' results are certainly not typical, and the average person who takes no action will get 0 results. However, I am happy to show you what I've helped my clients do for free. This is not going to be the answer to your problem, but it will give you the insight you need to finally overcome unwanted behaviors. That's right. You'll be able to release unwanted behavior without spending months or years in talk therapy. What types of individuals benefit from this program? Number one, healthcare providers who are under consistent emotional pressure and suffer from anxiety, mood issues, health issues, relationship issues. Number two, professional women who use alcohol, sugar, food, spending, or other self-sabotaging behaviors to manage life stress. Number three, women with a history of trauma who have patterns of unhealthy relationships. These are the top 3 types of clients who seem to thrive best in this program. One client who worked as a nurse wrote candidly about how this program connected her to her spiritual soul side to better understand her role, her purpose, and her strengths. Another client, also a nurse, wrote about improvements in her insomnia and depression. Another client used this program to tap into his own inner wisdom, and in doing so, he was able to reduce his stress levels, to focus and prioritize for the first time ever in 40 years. These are all heartfelt expressions from clients who are able to ignite their own inner healer. This is the program to help you release unwanted behavior without spending months or years in talk therapy. Now, I want to get back to my secret, how to manage unpleasant emotions and outer world triggers without engaging in self-sabotaging behavior. And I want to share a client success story about a real estate broker who came to me because she had problems overindulging in food, sugar, and alcohol, difficulty managing stress, and a tremendous amount of tension in her marriage. Through hypnosis, we were able to access her inner dialogue and belief systems, which centered around feelings of unworthiness, not being good enough, and feeling like she is a magnet for toxic people. Once we were able to challenge and upgrade these beliefs, the client could clearly see how her choices would improve her outcome. Learning how to say no and to establish healthy boundaries, to find validation and acknowledgement from within and within the context of her spiritual practices, to establish a new set of rules regarding her work schedule and protocol, to set aside time for personal care and play, to engage the tools and discipline to improve her sleep hygiene, and to reserve the consumption of alcohol and desserts to weekends only. With these adjustments in beliefs and practices, she stopped overindulging. She felt empowered in her choices, and she no longer allowed her emotions to dictate her behavior. Her thoughts, her feelings, and her choices came from a grounded place. Her marriage and family relationships improved, as did her relationships with her clients. Now, I want to circle back to secret number 2, how to become more focused, productive, and successful without being completely self-sacrificial. And here's my client's success story. The story of a woman who spread herself too thin, a long-time people pleaser who put everyone and everything before herself. She was deeply depressed and anxious, had marital disharmony and career dissatisfaction. Her inner dialogue told her to buck up. Life isn't supposed to be easy or even consistently enjoyable. To simply deal with the hand of cards she was dealt. So we shifted and upgraded these beliefs so that she could, in essence, create a life that spoke to her needs and desires. That suffering in silence could be a thing of the past, that was a surefire way of burning out and giving up, that it's okay to have needs and to clearly articulate them to others. The client now understood how her choices could improve her outcome. And how did this change her life? She resigned from one of two of her jobs, the one that was least satisfying, and then got a promotion and a raise in the job she had placed all of her focus. After several months of marriage therapy, with no foreseeable change in her partner, she opted out of the marriage and eventually met her soulmate. Because she became more focused and intentional in her life, she found time for self-care and leisure activities for the first time ever. And having this kind of balance eliminated her depression and anxiety. She traded her old life circumstances for a life with career satisfaction, relationship harmony and bliss, along with happiness, fulfillment, and success. And now, more on secret number 3, how to use your intuitive wisdom to break patterns and solve your biggest life conundrums and challenges. And I want to share one last client success story. This is a story of a man whose teenage daughter showed signs of addiction, as well as attention-seeking and disruptive behavior at home and at school, whose wife suffered from depression and feelings of being unappreciated and unsupported, and who he himself felt powerless in his own career, bullied and demoted by corporate management. He suffered from anxiety and panic attacks, feelings of restlessness, and insomnia. His inner dialogue reinforced feelings of unworthiness. His limited education and singular career path led him to believe he was indeed stuck, that he had no choices and no options. Having a history of addictions himself, he felt his daughter's path was a sort of karmic debt or intergenerational curse. He felt emotionally and spiritually ill-equipped to deal with his own problems at work, let alone be of support to his family. An adjustment and upgrade to his inner dialogue and beliefs helped him to open his throat chakra and to learn to speak his truth at work and at home. He began exploring his job options, which felt empowering. He realized by focusing for a while on his own recovering and healing path and taking the time to quiet his mind connected him to his own intuitive wisdom and helped him to learn to be more present to himself and to others. He discovered a way of leaning into his feelings, of acknowledging his emotional body, to allow himself to slow down and to create a better balance. This instilled in him a greater patience with himself and toward others. His feelings of restlessness, anxiety, and panic began to rapidly dissipate. His marriage improved, his daughter's behavior improved, and he slept so much more soundly at night. And this, my friends, is what happens when one learns to ignite his or her own inner healer. And as you heal, everything around you seems more manageable and less heavy and daunting. Let me ask you a question. Imagine this. You've gained control over your bad habits, and your choices now come from a grounded place. Your anxiety and fight or flight response pattern is gone, and your challenges regarding sleep, focus, stress management have all improved. Your relationships are healthier and easier to manage. You feel well positioned to leave an unhealthy or ungratifying situation. You now understand that the past does not dictate the future. Would it be worth it to you? During this webinar, I have shared 3 secrets of my program with you. Would you agree this has been time well spent? I think you'll agree we can't cover everything you need to know in such a short time period. So I have a special offer so you can get everything you need to know. And if you act now, I'm going to open up my calendar and offer you a free strategy call with me. So I'm sure you're wondering, what is a strategy call? It's a free 30-minute call with me personally, where I find out more about what's happening in your life, how your problem is affecting your life, and see if I'm the right fit to help. We will take a deep dive into your problem, and I will personally design an outcome to help you overcome your problem behaviors. Having your strategy call with me will be the most important step for you to finally overcome your problems and have a life full of emotional freedom and abundance. A previous client of mine who is a nurse referred to this program as priceless. Another corporate manager who spent time in my chair talked about the value of this program in helping her work through past emotional traumas. She talked about how much progress can be made in such a short period of time. So here it is, a chance for you to book your free strategy call now. In the description area beneath this video, click Show More. You will then see an invitation to click a blue highlighted link that will take you straight to my online calendar. Who is a good fit for this strategy call? Those who are motivated and ready to finally overcome problem behaviors. Individuals who are committed to change, and for those who can follow instructions. Who is not a good fit for this strategy call? Someone who is still looking and not ready to commit. Someone who's not ready to invest their time and money into themselves to overcome problem behaviors. Someone who is just pining for something new to do, or someone who complains a lot is stuck in the problem and has a bad attitude. I'm opening my calendar for the next 4 days to take these strategy calls, and I'll only have room for about 8 people. Once these 8 spots have been filled, the offer will be over. Don't hesitate. This is your chance. If you feel like you are finally ready to remove problem behaviors, book your call below. Once again, in the description area beneath this video, there will be a blue highlighted link that will allow you to book your strategy call now.